Hey there, guys. Chet here. Look, in the world of open source automation, there are a few tools that get a lot of attention. Two of the biggest are n8n and a newer tool called ActivePieces. When you look at them for the very first time, they seem very, very similar. They're both open source. They both have a visual editor where you connect different blocks, and they both promise to connect your apps without the high costs of tools like Zapier. This can make it really hard to decide which one to invest your time in. I've spent a lot of time using both of these platforms, so in this video, we're going to do a direct comparison of n8n and ActivePieces. We'll look at the key areas where they differ, and I will show you why I believe n8n is the more mature, powerful, and reliable choice for anyone who is serious about automating their business. And if you decide to try n8n after watching this, I'll leave the official link below down in the description so that you can check it out. And if you want to host n8n on your very own server, I made a separate video showing you how to do that with Hostinger step by step. Both links are below. Now let's start with one of the most important parts of any automation tool, the number of apps that it can connect to. ActivePieces calls their connections pieces, and they have a growing library. One of their strengths is that it is quite easy for developers to contribute and add new pieces to the collection, which is great for the future of the platform. However, when you compare this directly to n8n, the difference is staggering. n8n has been around for much longer, and because of that, it has a massive library with hundreds and hundreds of pre-built connections, which it calls nodes. These nodes often have more options and more actions available than the similar connections in ActivePieces. For anyone building business automations, having access to this huge, mature library means that you can connect to more of your tools more reliably without waiting for a new connector to be built. n8n is simply in a different league right now when it comes to its number of available integrations. Next, let's look at the workflow editor itself, the place where you actually build your automations. The editor in ActivePieces is very clean, very simple, and frankly, quite easy to understand. For building basic automations that just go in a straight line from one step to the next, it works very well and it has a nice modern feel. But where n8n really pulls ahead is in its power and flexibility for building complex workflows. n8n's editor was designed from the beginning to handle real, complicated business logic. It is very easy to create multiple different paths using its if and switch nodes. You can then merge those different paths back together, and you can handle errors in a very specific and also powerful ways. A key advantage for n8n is the ability to see the raw data in a clean, structured way at every single step. This makes finding and fixing problems much easier than it is in ActivePieces. When your automations need to be more than just a few simple steps, n8n's professional editor gives you far more control. This brings me to another area where n8n has a big advantage. Its code node. Both platforms allow you to use code to add custom logic to your flows, which is fantastic. But I have found that n8n's implementation of this feature is more mature and more powerful. The n8n code node is a core part of the platform that lets you write JavaScript to almost anything that you can possibly imagine. You can transform data in complex ways or even make multiple API calls from one single step. It is the ultimate tool for solving any unique or tricky business problem that you might face. I know that the idea of using a code node or building these very complex multi-path workflows can feel a bit intimidating, trust me. It's the difference between basic automation and building real professional systems. And helping you make that jump to a professional level is exactly what my school community is for. Inside, I have step-by-step courses that teach you how to use these advanced n8n features to build powerful business systems. We've live calls and templates that make it much easier. So if you're ready to become a true automation pro, the link to the community is also down in the description. So finally, there is the important factor of community and maturity. ActivePieces is a fantastic and very promising project with a growing and passionate community, but n8n has been around for a lot longer. It has a massive, highly active global community. This means that there is a huge library of free tutorials, forum posts, and videos already out there to help you. When you are running important automations for your business, this maturity and large support system provides a level of confidence and reliability that is incredibly important. If you run into a problem, it is very likely that someone in the n8n community has already found a solution. So, to sum it up, ActivePieces is a great modern open source tool with a lot of promise for the future. But when you compare them side by side, n8n stands out as the more mature, more powerful, and more flexible platform. With its massive library of integrations, its superior editor for complex workflows, and its large, supportive global community, n8n is the better choice for building serious and reliable business automations right now. All right, that's the end of this video. I hope this direct comparison helps you make an informed decision. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.